How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be continuing on the new build project series for the channel. It is a huge announcement, huge new project for the channel, as I had introduced in the last few videos here. And in this video I'm going to be going down to the Copart auto auctions in San Diego to look at a potential candidate for me to purchase for this next huge project, so stay tuned. Over the past year, really, I've been looking on the Copart website for all sorts of different cars, particularly the C5 Corvette. It has to be the coupe, removable hardtop, and of course a manual transmission. And I've been browsing Copart for a long time now, and I finally found one in San Diego, so I won't have to pay a hauler to ship the car here. I can go get it myself on the back of a trailer. So we're gonna go look at this car today. It is a 2001 dark blue C5 Corvette. It has about 24,000 miles on it. It is a great looking car. It was involved in a front end accident. So it looks like it has a little bit of crash bar or impact bar damage in the front based on the photos, which I'll splice in here now. But other than that, the car looks really pristine, but it's hard to tell with these photos from Copart sometimes. So what I'm gonna go do is go down there and look at this thing in person, take some video, some up-close pictures. It's also listed as a non-starter. It's called an enhanced vehicle, which I fully don't really understand what that means, even though doing hours of research about how Copart works. Basically what it means is they try to start it, it won't start, so you can't start it. So I don't know, that might be something that if we win this auction, we might have to figure out as like step one to getting this car squared away. But you guys know that I want to turn this car into a street legal go-kart, so it is going to be a fun project, but I am so stoked to finally possibly get my hands on one of these C5 Corvettes. I've been eyeing one of these for years now, and it will be so awesome to finally have one in the garage here to work on. So originally my thought was to bring a jumper box and or jumper cables, a few tools to try and get the car started, but I talked to someone on the phone at Copart, and apparently you're not allowed to do that if it's an enhanced vehicle and they already tried. So what I'm going to try and do is, at least if there's a check engine light, maybe scan the ECU with my OBD readers here and just see if we can get an idea of why this thing might not be starting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on the road to Copart San Diego. It is literally a hopscotch away from the border, so it is a good distance away, and it may or may not be extremely hot. The past few days in San Diego have been well over 3 digits. It's been crazy hot. But let's get on the road and go take a look at this C5 Corvette. Phone, because they won't let me bring in a camera bag, so looking for the car now. I see a blue Corvette, but it is not the one I am looking for. This is a C6. The one, like I said, I'm looking for is a C5. Yeah. This one's got some gnarly front end damage. Okay. Let's keep looking. Based on the photos on the listing, it looked like it was over by this cover, but I don't know if it's since been moved. Oh, there's a Tesla with the wheel ripped off. That's interesting. Nice Mercedes. Okay, do not see it over here. That Mercedes looks like it got burned pretty good. Cut across here. This is like a scavenger hunt to try and find this thing. So I think this might be like the fresh cars that just came in and they're prepping them or sealing them off. So I don't think it's here. It's been here for a while, a few weeks. So I think it might be out in one of these lanes out here somewhere. And apparently I was also not allowed to bring, or I couldn't get a jumper box in time, but I'm also not allowed to try and start it because it's an enhanced vehicle. So we're just gonna try and check it out for what it is. Look at all these motorcycles, holy moly. And that over there, my friends, is Mexico. We are literally right on the border. That motorcycle doesn't have much left. There's a Bentley. This thing's filthy. Look at that. Door handle's ripped off. There's an M5. Also, there's some sports cars over here, so I don't know if they organize them by type of car. Wow, there is nothing left of that car, that green car over there. I wonder if that was like a Lambo or something. Let's go take a look. Man, that car is mangled. Holy crap. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is an Aventador based on the wheel right here. That is an Aventador, lots of carbon fiber. There's the front fender. Wow. Okay. Keep looking here. Okay, well here's another C5, but this is an automatic. Yikes. That one definitely has quite a bit of damage. Nope, not the one. Ours is dark blue. Another Tesla. Maserati. Here's a white Maserati. Definitely some front end damage there, frame damage. Other than that, it's a very dirty car, but not much damage after that. So, FRS. Probably a teenager that spun out and broke it or something. A bunch of burn cars over here. Oh, we may be here for a while. This is a huge lot, and they do not have it located on where it is. I should have asked before I started walking out here. And if you can see out there, that is the Tijuana International Airport. So, pretty close. There's a wrecked BMW, holy moly. There's a Porsche. Look at this little guy, oh Lotus. Oh man, that thing was mangled in the front here. That'd be a fun little go-kart. All right, stop getting distracted, Andrew. It's time to find your car. All right, so apparently this car is in some storage area, so I had to phone the front desk, phone a friend for some help, because literally, like, this just goes on forever. I'd be here for hours trying to find it, and like I said, the lane wasn't listed on the auction site, so they're gonna bring it out. I guess it's in some special storage area. It might be like a private seller who's going through Copart, so they take a little extra care of the car instead of just having it sit out here in this lot. But so now we gotta find SJ7. That's where he's gonna drop it off at. So we'll keep looking. Big forklifts walking around just carrying cars on the front forks, and they're like bouncing around. I hope they treat my car a little bit nicer than that. So, SJ7. That's where it's probably somewhere back there. Look, you can see a plane off in the distance there. Found our sign here. Now we're just waiting for the guy to bring us our car. So now we just wait for the car to probably arrive on a giant forklift. I'm hoping he treats it nicely, but probably won't because it's Copart. Look, Heinz Geets. That's where I've taken my Mercedes before. This one has seen better days. Comes, first time ever seeing it. And there it goes. I don't know where he's taking it. Bring me my car back. Said SJ7. Maybe he's coming around the other way. Is he dropping it off over there? Or no, he's just going slow. Or maybe he is dropping it off. Oh, he's just waiting. she is for the first time in the flesh. This is a very dirty car, holy moly. Only has 24,000 miles on it though, so that is the very enticing thing. So the biggest kicker is the front end damage here. So I'm gonna try and inspect this, but literally everywhere else on the car it looks fine, just minus this front here. But it literally looks like it has the original tires on it, the Eagle F1s that came with these cars. So, pop it open. Okay, well, this is interesting. So 6-speed manual, 2001 C5 Corvette, 24,000 miles. They do not give me the keys, so I cannot start it. So, let's see if the transmission goes into gear. Clutch in. Feels okay. I mean, the interior is not bad. It's dirty, but it's pretty clean. Here's the front air intake scoop. Let's see. Some flaming hot peanuts. This is like the foam core from the front bumper. The owner's manual thing. Let's see if we can find any info about the car. It comes with a pen too. Oh, that's just, that's extended tire warranty. Here's the front like nose cone where the license plate normally goes. Is that a jacket? I think that's someone's jacket. Or the, no, that might be the tonneau cover back here. Someone liked peanuts who owned this car before me. Or not before me, I don't own it right now. Nothing in the glove box. Let's see. La Mesa RV. Okay, that's broken. Okay, well let's go inspect the front and see what kind of damage we can uncover. So let's pop the hood. Oh, we might have to pull the hood latch. Okay. Ooh, doggy. All right, so the big thing is I know for sure this crash bar is done. That thing will need to be swapped, but the frame rail honestly looks really straight so far. There might be a kink somewhere farther deeper that I can't see. I mean, you know, it doesn't look too bad. So the frame rail on this car goes straight and then it dives down and goes out underneath the like kind of the floor sill right here, the door panel. But I honestly cannot see any frame kinking. It's a shame this thing only has 24,000 miles. And the one time someone took it out, they, or one of the few times they took it out, they wrecked it. I mean, it literally looks all good. I do not know what it could possibly be. This is disconnected. It might not start because maybe a MAF sensor, something. I was gonna bring my scanner, but I don't even get the keys with this thing, so. But yeah, for sure this front crash bar, impact bar will need to be swapped. But literally the impact was just right there. I do not know what this is. It looks like some sort of pump or motor. Okay. So the door opens and closes just fine. So I didn't see the window pop, so that tells me for sure the battery is not getting any electrical power. The hood and the doors are all mechanical. They're not like the electronic poppers. Let's see, San Diego, Marvin K. Brown. Might be where this thing was originally bought. Has the sport seats. Okay, so I've been inspecting the car. I mean, this thing's been sitting out here for probably a while. I do not know when it was involved in an accident. If I'm seriously going to consider buying this, I will do some sort of Carfax or something to see when it was hit, just to see how long it was sitting. See, pull the dipstick. See. I don't like that. Alright, so I just pulled the dipstick. I'm not too thrilled about what I see here. There's very minimal oil on there. It's pretty dang dry. Okay, so like I was saying, dipstick is pretty dry. Very minimal oil. That does not thrill me about that. Especially the fact that this is listed as a non-running and driving car. It is still completely full of coolant. Let's check some of the other. I can already see from the brake booster reservoir that's full. I think that's power steering right there. Yeah, power steering. That's still full. So we're good there. We'll check this just in case. Yeah, that's still full too. Might have been leaking a little. I mean, this thing was sitting for a while. It is pretty dirty. Thought the engine might be a little bit cleaner for a 24,000 mile car in regards to some of the grime around like the valve covers and whatnot. So I don't know if the person if this had an oil leak and at some point in that 24,000 miles, see the belt looks okay. I don't see any hoses disconnected anywhere. But the thing that does scare me is that the oil, there's no oil. Nice little spider friend made a home in this thing while it was sitting here, it looks like. Okay, so after some further investigation, I was just kind of doing off camera. So I went down and looked under here. So this is the main, so clearly the impact happened here, and then it looks like the car hit there and then went up on a curb because it's got some red paint. I'm guessing that might have been a red curb that it went up on. So that kind of looks like what happened with the impact at least, but I noticed, so here's the suspension arm. This is the front cross member here, or the front cradle. It looks like there's a chunk missing out of there, so car hopped up a little bit. And as well as if you can see right there, that is probably why the car doesn't have any oil in it. That is the oil pan from what it looks like, and that thing is just absolutely soaked. So we will see about that. So yeah, and then for sure, so this is this whole cradle here that supports the radiator and everything. That is all mangled for sure. The frame doesn't look too bad. Like I said, It's bent this way a little bit, for sure, because, you know, impact hit this way. So I think it tweaked the frame to the passenger side a little bit. This one more so than this frame rail, for sure. This side is the side where I saw the oil leaking, or not leaking, but at least the wet spot. So that is clearly a wet oil pan underneath the engine there. So that has me a little worried, to be honest. So here's the front cradle. See if I can find look at the other suspension parts. On the interior, again, all looks really clean in here. The brake reservoir, the brake lines are not leaking. I can feel a lot of pressure there. So unless I go into the car and see a bunch of brake fluid everywhere. Those seem to be good. Clutch feels fine. Engages, no weird notchiness. Again, shifts through the gears okay. No weird things going on there. And reverses all the way over and up. So that seems okay. Again, this whole thing is broken here, but that's not a big deal. Can't figure out where the release point is for that rear cover. Not too worried about the rear end of the car, to be honest. It's literally the front end is all my concerns. Roof here looks good. All the latches, those look good. So this is the removable target top with the, it's got like this foam padding on the top there. Yeah, no battery power, so the seat won't go forward or back. I'm getting dirty for this car. I'm crawling on the ground everywhere. All the, you know, everything's nice in here. Interior is good. It's literally just the front, and it's a shame. So the biggest thing about this car that worries me is just the fact that it's not listed as a running and driving car. No battery power. So, but they said they connected the battery and tried to start it, and it didn't start. So I just wonder if it has anything to do with that oil leaking, and if there's just something that's cracked somewhere and it is just leaking oil out of some place. I don't know if there's an oil cooler up front that maybe cracked or something. Here's another rear view of the back part of the crash bar. But the frame honestly doesn't look bad. I just wonder if it is mechanical, and they didn't list it as mechanical. So I'm trying to get a closer look here, see if I see anything. But passenger door, all the door gaps, all the panel gaps and everything. I mean, this one's a little bit larger down here, but all the gaps look okay for the most part. I mean, the back is just fine. I do not know where the rear latch is for that, but maybe I will find it in my last few minutes with the car here. Everything else looks good. This door opens just fine. Obviously very dirty, but the car is, you know, not bad on the interior. I love the blue. Like, that blue color is really nice. I don't know if it's what the official color code is. It's like a midnight blue. The carpeting looks fine. It's just dirty. Let's see, try and fold this guy forward. So I'm trying to undig any like paperwork or anything that might reveal some. Alrighty, YouTube fans, so I just figured out why this car won't start, and the big kicker of why this thing got salvaged with only 24,000 miles and minimal frame damage. So I was inside the car here. I was actually on the phone with my dad talking to him because he's here, but he's wearing flip-flops, so they wouldn't let him come back here. So I'm looking out in the car here, trying to find like any documentation or anything, and I look back here and I uncover some of the stuff that was back here before. So, you know, we got our foam block, intake snorkel tube. This is actually for the lower, this is like a brake cooler duct, I think. But the more interesting part was this. So this to me explained instantly why the car has no oil in it. So this is literally part of the engine. So this is all cast pieces, cast iron or cast aluminum. I don't know what these blocks are made out of. But there's pieces all over here. Piece here, here's a bolt. But so this is the top part of the engine. So, or think of it like this. Okay, and then you can see here, this is one of the bolts that holds the drain pan on, and there's a gasket. So that's your oil pan gasket, and here's more of the gasket right here. So, and then this is just all a bunch of other parts. And then, so here's all our pieces. We'll take this guy. I was looking at the oil pan underneath the car from the passenger side. So now, let's go ahead and take a look underneath the car on the driver's side. Sorry, I'm just trying to scoot. So I found there is a big gaping hole in the oil pan. You can actually see part of it. That's the gasket, that orange part right there. And that, my friends, is where, like, that is literally gigantic. You can't even see that right there is like the whole bottom of the oil pan is missing. And that's inside the oil pan looking at the other side of the gasket right there. So basically this car hit the front, hopped up on a curb or something, and pretty much just wrecked this oil pan. And there's more damage. There's fiberglass damage right here. So it wasn't just a front end. So that is definitely why. And if they said they tried to start it, that is not good, because this thing has no oil in it. So we did some investigative work, figured out this piece was, you know, probably went right on that corner there, like that, or something like that. But that is why this car for sure is not. Man, look how dirty I am. Holy crap. I am gonna need a new change of clothes. That is for sure why this car does not start. So unfortunately, that is going to be a big kicker as far as a deal breaker on getting this car. So just putting this piece back here. So again, here are all the pieces on why this 2001 Corvette won't start. I wish this thing worked out. I wish it was a running and driving car, but it's just, that is a big kicker right there. I'm not gonna drive an engine with a big crack. And it's not just the oil pan, it's actually part of the engine, like casing as well. So that engine casing is toast. So I'm not gonna take a chance on that, especially if they tried to start this thing with no oil in it. All right guys, so that's gonna wrap up this video. I went to go check this car out. Hopefully I was gonna bid on it this coming Friday, but after I saw that oil pan with no start listed on the auction and no oil in the car, I'm definitely not gonna buy a car with a possibly just seized engine. It's a great car otherwise. You know, the interior is great, rear end is pretty much perfect, but it just got, like I said, hit that front end and it hopped up on a curb or something and definitely damaged not only the front bumper, front crash member area, but underneath the car as well. So it definitely pays to go check out cars at Copart before you buy them, especially ones that are listed as non-running and driving. If it's running and driving, you're a little bit safer as far as buying a car sight unseen. But for me, I think I'm just gonna have to kick it on this one and say no to this somewhat mint 2001 Chevy Corvette. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. I'm so excited to share this new experience and this new build project with you guys around this Corvette. It is going to be a really fun project. So I am still in the hunt for a 1997 to 2004 Corvette. It's got to be a coupe. It can't be a fixed roof coupe. It has to have the removable top, manual transmission. Color really doesn't matter, but I'll be looking on Copart more and seeing what else is up there for auction in the coming weeks or months. So hopefully I can find one soon. So thanks guys for joining me on this video. I'm very dirty from looking at this car. Subscribe if you haven't already. Huge project to come, lots of fun content. So thanks guys, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, what's up guys? I'm currently at work, but I wanted to take some time to watch the Copart auction for that blue Corvette that I went to go check out, that had the big hole in the bottom of the oil pan, so it'll be up for auction in 3 minutes. I just want to see what the final sell price is going to be. Current preliminary bid is $42.50, and the reserve has been lifted. I'm guessing the reserve was probably $4,000, so we'll see how much this thing goes for. Again, it has 24,000 miles. It's listed as an enhanced vehicle, and it's a 2001 6-speed manual Corvette. Alright, this Volkswagen's taking forever, but hopefully the Corvette goes up for sale soon. Come on.
It makes it really nice. I don't like it, because I know where everything is on offer.
Alright, here we go. Germany, holy moly, that's a far ways away. $43.50. So either one guy's bidding up himself, or we have 2 people from Germany bidding on the same car. Alright, $46.50 final sell price. 2001 Corvette.